So when did you sort of realize that that you could help companies break into the Chinese market, because the culture is quite different, isn't it?
Sure.
So, and you've lived in both worlds. You know, you've lived in Australia and you've lived in China. So you've got experience and visibility in both universes. So, um, when did you start the company that helps people do that?
So I started Arte 2 years ago, um, formally, but really that part of my business started even, way earlier, probably about 16, 17 years ago, where, I've been always been passionate about business. And as a matter of fact, my whole family are entrepreneurs. They all have their own business. And so I was working with a lot of the large Western enterprises like Ford, IBM, Lego. And what I was doing was helping their senior management. When they had a senior manager that would come to China, I would sit with them and then look at their strategy, and we would talk about how to localize that strategy. So I was doing a lot of business development. I worked very closely with BP for over 10, 11 years, where I would fly all over Asia for them, training their staff to sort of present themselves. So I was working a lot in those areas. And so then with my TV persona, what happened was brands were sort of coming to me and going, well, could you help us connect with the consumer? So it really was a matter of brands coming to me and saying, can you actually do this for us? What you've done for yourself, can you do it for us?
Mm.
And so that's kind of why I started more formally the Arte Group, because it gave a platform for companies to reach out to me and to work with me in a more structured way, for us to then help really review what they're doing,
Yeah.
what their goals are, and then to turn around and look at, okay, this is the China market, how can we move forward and get you sort of scaling your business in China. And I think one of the unique things about our business is that we have incredible structure around how we do that. But that structure allows us to be very flexible. And that's something that a lot of companies don't really get. They create this structure. Either it's so rigid that they can't take the opportunities quick enough that come with this kind of rapid paced, changing market, or they didn't have a very good strategy at the moment. They'll say, our strategy is Weibo, or our strategy is WeChat. And it's like, that's not a strategy.
That's not a
That's
strategy.
a platform, So, or the shopping channels, like my strategy is Tmall shop. It's like, so this is what companies get fixated on, these big companies like Alibaba or Tencent, Jingdong, where they go, oh, we can sell massive amounts, let's set up a shop there. But it's not a strategy. And so that's where some of the the mistakes are made when companies come into China. So it was about my understanding of this rapid pace and being flexible and being able to grab opportunities when they came, but also being able to pivot very quickly. So that's meant that companies can, know where they're going, but they're very agile.